Library, Sarah Tackett. Hi, Sarah.
Hi, how are you?
I'm good. How are you doing?
Doing well.
Sarah's busy, but the buildings are closed.
Yes, they are.
It's got to be very frustrating because a lot of what you offer could be in use right now by people with nothing to do.
That's very true. A lot of what we offer is the place, but we've worked really hard over the last 8 weeks or so to really increase our online offerings, make sure that patrons and community members have access to their library cards. We've issued about 400 or 500 new cards in this time period too. We've got an online way to register for a card, so if someone doesn't have a card, or if they have a card that maybe they've forgotten about, they can check in with us through that, and we can check on their record, get them registered if we need to. So we've worked really hard to kind of take down some barriers to the community accessing the library online.
A lot of what you do, programs and events, and with 13 branches, you've got a dozen or so things happening every single day.
Yeah.
That came to a grinding halt.
It did come to a grinding halt. Staff is in the process right now of kind of reframing programming. Hopefully starting in June, we'll be able to do some of our summer reading. Presenters will be able to do online presentations. We've really won't probably have any physical programs in the library for quite a while here, over the summer at least. We'll keep assessing that as we go on once we get our libraries opened again, when the programs physically will start. But we're working on what can we do virtually to reach patrons and kids and families and educators and all the folks that have turned to us for resources.
What are the plans that you're making when the day comes that you'll have some sort of ability to open the doors?
Like many other organizations, especially public ones, we've had a lot of support from the Library of Michigan through our library association. So libraries directors are very creative around the state. So many are working on kind of a phased-in plan. So we would probably have a first phase once the stay-at-homes are lifted, and once there's another executive order that limits access to the public buildings right now, especially libraries. Once that's lifted, we'll work on kind of takeout service. So people would be able to come and put things on hold, pick things up, and then eventually phase in some maybe limited hours, limited kind of access to the buildings. Would be kind of a phase 2. Phase 3 would get more hours and more open space in the buildings. And then hopefully a phase 4 is we're back to whatever our new normal is going to be, because we know we're going to have to be diligent with a lot of our practices in the buildings also.
Yeah, and there's so much fear as to how the virus lives on surfaces, and with the library you've got a lot of touching going on.
We do, so we're working on a pretty diligent cleaning plan. We also would plan to quarantine materials when it comes back. For 24 to 72 hours is the recommendations we've been hearing. We would work on whatever cleaning needs to happen to any materials that we can do. It's a little hard with the paper products, but with our, the discs for the DVDs and stuff, those can be cleaned. So we're working on what those practices will have to become also.
And it's unfortunate we don't really know as to what the level of transmission is surface-based. We've heard so many different things, and I think that's because there's just so much unknown. Even the medical specialists.
And you'll see, the staff will be wearing masks. We will ask the community to also wear masks while they're in the building. In those at least initial phases, as we're kind of learning more and also trying to keep everyone safe.
You're using the Nordstrom's method for book quarantine. If you try on a pair of shoes at Nordstrom, they go into a quarantine room for 72 hours.
Okay.
I don't think who knows, there might be transmission by feet, but who knows?
Not.
All right, all this is not getting in the way of your plans. You've got a lot of things on the drawing board. You've got a bookmobile, you've got some remodels, what's the status of all of that?
Our bookmobile is still on order. It's kind of caught up in the shutdown of businesses, so we're expecting it a little later than we'd hoped. But so We don't have a timeline on that yet. We've released a picture of it though. We did that as part of National Library Week in April, so that was exciting to let people see what it's going to look like. And we'll still be planning on what those services will kind of wrap around the bookmobile. We were able to do some renovations when the construction was allowed to begin again last week. So our Carnegie Library Youth Department is getting a long awaited refresh, which includes putting in some better heating and cooling and HVAC. So we're just really excited about that project. And I did sneak in to take a peek at that last week, and it's coming along quickly, and we're really excited. We'll be able to offer that once we get things back opened again.
All right, and you brought along some photos.
Oh,
This
great.
is the Youth Services area in Carnegie.
Yep. I came to Jackson 22 years ago, and it looked pretty much like this.
Yep.
Not quite as messy, but so we're really excited to get new carpet, paint, lighting, like I said, the HVAC system in there. So it's got better climate control. We got new furniture coming, checkout desks, all the kind of fun things, and some fun interactives once we get back to a place where we can have things like that also out there. We did some carpeting and painting in the lower lobby. We painted earlier this winter, and then we're able to finish up the carpet while we've had this shutdown too. So this is part of the kind of our JDL look. All the
nice.
colors that are going to be applied, the carpets and the paints and the different lighting fixtures are all that. This is a look of our Brooklyn branch. We're working on a renovation and expansion project, so this is a vision. This is looking into the new expansion. This is the adult services area of that planned project. We're continuing to work with our architects and our board to get this project ready to get it out to bid as soon as we're able to get things going again. So we'll be doubling the size of that branch, sitting on the same property that it's on, because we had enough of beyond the property and had the space to do that.
Nice. I see a fireplace and high tops. Are you going to serve coffee?
I don't know about coffee yet right now, but we do want to have some places where people can come with their devices or their laptops and be able to sit and use the technology. And we'll have computers there also, but more spaces for gathering and a new meeting room. The branch right now doesn't have a meeting room, so all the programs kind of just happen in the middle of the library. So there'll be a 50-seat meeting room added with this addition. So we're really excited to be able to have that available to the community for the library programs, but then also any community programs.
Yeah.
They can take advantage of that space.
I can't wait to see it when it's all done. It looks great. As you know, you've got a lot of patrons that use the library for their internet access.
Mm-hmm.
Have you been able to have some sort of offering, even though your buildings are closed?
Our buildings are closed, but the internet has not been turned off in any of the buildings. So at most locations, you can find a space somewhere. I can't guarantee where that is, but people do come and sit on the porch or sit in their cars and use the internet. So it is available. We haven't been able to accomplish sharing computers with people, but we know the internet's been available. And we always see people kind of when you go by, especially downtown. I've seen people in the parking lot or sitting on the front porch.
How about you? How are you guys surviving? Did you get a kid boomerang back home?
No. It's just my husband and I. All our kids are safely in their spaces and everyone's doing well.
Are you cooking? Is your husband cooking? What's it like?
I think I'm cooking more. He was cooking a little more for a while there, but now I think I'm cooking a little bit more. It seems like there's always something sweet in the house now. So,
I think there's going to be the pandemic weight gain after
Yes.
we're out of this.
it was lemon scones yesterday, so those were pretty yummy.
Well, appreciate your time today, and I know how hard everyone at the library is working at home and behind the scenes. We'll look forward to the days the doors will be open again.
I am too, and my staff has been doing a great job of supporting the community and supporting each other, and I appreciate all the work they've been doing behind the scenes, like you said.
Hats off to the staff. Thanks, Sarah.
Thank you.
The executive director of the Jackson District Library, Sarah Tackett. Well, next we've got some celebrating to do as the Jennifer Scanlon Birthday Club holds a